Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Our sun just came up a few minutes ago, and it's nice to see it coming up a little bit earlier every morning. Noticeably earlier, actually. And what do we got here? Minus 20.3. Yeah, well, it's actually warming up. It was colder than that a little while ago. Not much, but a little bit colder. Now, got a comment from a viewer who thought that possibly I have placed these pieces in the wrong way around. I don't think so. We'll take a close look here. I kind of looked at it a bit this morning here, and if we check the manual, I don't think I got them wrong. But thanks for commenting anyway. I appreciate people noticing stuff because, sometimes I get it wrong. In fact, I get it wrong a lot. Okay. What I plan to do is continue on around the other side off camera. I'm not going to bother videoing it because like I said in the last episode, if you saw this side being done, you've seen this side being done. This side is just mirror image more or less. We'll just see how things go here today. It looks like it's going to be a nice, bright, sunny day. I was outside about, I'm guessing an hour ago. And it was just a little bit dusk, you might say, and I was cleaning the snow off of the steps and off of the delivery box. I'm expecting a delivery today, so it was really cold out there. If I go out again and shovel the rest of the way down to the street, I guess I better put my coat on, right? Right. Okay, let's just continue on here. We'll probably be seeing you back here in an hour or so after I get the rest of these parts on, or maybe first we'll just quickly take a close look at if we put the manual in perspective to the way the parts are. I think maybe that's what's throwing people is that this, first of all, these Trumpeter manuals, as I've mentioned so many times, and I'm not the only one that complains about it, they could be a little better, They're designed for experienced modelers, let's put it that way. They don't explain themselves too well. How is it that, I think it was military modeler Paul put it in a way that sort of described the way these manuals are, but I forget how he said it. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble here, aren't I? Let's just recompose here and take a look at this area right here. Okay, it's really hard to be able to see in here. However, when we follow these arrows, like these arrowheads here, and if you notice the position of this piece right here, how it looks like it's, when I first saw this, I thought it was supposed to go up against the side of the bulkhead right here. I didn't notice the arrows pointing in that it had to be put in right where it is. But you can see the angle of this part that I'm touching right now is the same way, and our little whatever that is the same way, and then this little piece here, PE14, which you can just barely see, that I did a terrible job gluing, if you remember. I'm pretty sure I've got it right. And while I'm thinking of it, one of the viewers, I think his name was Vic, he wanted to know, what microphones do I use? Well, most of the time, I'm using the built-in microphone that's in the camera. And if I do voiceovers, I use this one right here. Okay, Vic, I just wanted to mention that I'm actually using that microphone right now. And also, almost every shot, I adjust the volume manually. Like I can grab onto it and change it up or down. I very seldom take it just the way it comes right out of the camera. Well, I shouldn't say very seldom. I'd say probably only a third of the time it's just right. It's either a little bit too loud or a little bit too soft. Generally, it's a little bit too soft, and I have to amplify it a little bit. Yeah, just thought I'd mention that. Here we go. I use this one right here. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, I have just cleaned up our little brush here after using it to apply the flat clear for the ladder, which is glued in place. And I did a pretty nice job. And these parts in here that you can hardly see, well, I think I did a slightly better job, but not much. Otherwise, all of step 11 now is done. In other words, except for these things, which I've said 7 times now, we're going to leave till last. And this piece right here. That's the only thing that we have to do in this step. And let's see if we can't just get that on. Then we can flip the page. I'm pretty sure I will methodically go over this just to make sure, but I am 99% sure right now as I speak that we got everything on except for this piece. So let's see what we can do here. But first, yes, we got to talk about this. I didn't even put it in the microwave yet. It has been thawed out. I took it out of the freezer first thing this morning. I've got other plans for it, which do include eating it, but I want to mix it in with something else. I found that the last time I did that, it worked out really well. I got to enjoy the taste of the pizza, and it seemed to make it go a little bit further. Another thing, I have not weighed this pizza yet, so I don't know how many calories are in it, and I'm sort of keeping track, and I have been doing pretty good except for yesterday. Yesterday I did fall off the wagon, but it's going down. It's going down. So speaking of going down, I think I'm going to let this little piece of pepperoni go down. Even though it's not warmed up, it's still going to taste good. Let's just give it a try here. Yep, that tastes pretty good. Okay, let's continue on here. See if we can get this part on. Okay, I realize that the white paper of the manual is sort of throwing our exposure off, and this might be a little bit on the dark side, but I think you'll be able to see what I'm doing because I do want the manual to be so we can refer to it. But you'll see there's a couple of little places right here that probably have a ladder or something attached to them and going down to the deck. That's, at least I'm assuming that's what it is. It might be for something else. But I was just wondering if a person could take a rubber band and like this rubber band is fairly stretchy, and could we just go like this and around and fasten it in like that, and then somehow wedge our part in, and it will be held in nice and tight. I was thinking of turning this whole thing up on end and letting gravity be our friend, but this would actually hold it in a lot better. And you know, like this is not so tight that it's going to break. Break the little hooks or whatever they are off. And then of course we have these pegs. There's basically only one way that this thing can go on, and that is that these pegs have to get into those little holes that are in the front there. Now I do have to be careful how I grab this, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to get my hands in your light here. I wonder if I should be doing this maybe. Where can I grab this here now? Pull this out like this. Okay, like that. And put this in. This may turn out to be a disaster, but I don't think so. Something like that. Now, is this gonna get this one down here? Is that gonna fit in place somehow? Why is it not? Why are those pegs not going in there? I'm going to have to take this off camera, and you can see what I'm trying to do there. Why is it not fitting? Oh, I gotta go. I'm not straight, that's why. There we go. I think it's in. Yeah, the pegs. Now they are for sure. All right, they're in for sure now. All right, I think this is going to work. And then maybe what I can do is put my glue in from the inside here. Yeah, and let everything just sort of meld together. Maybe if I could just lower this rubber band down just a little bit somehow. Oh, it's coming off here. That's not good. But you just get it just a little bit lower. Okay, I'm just going to stop the camera here so I can take a nice close look at this, but I think this is a good idea. Well, I think it's a good idea. Okay, obviously we're upside down here now. We're just going to use the extra thin. I'm noticing that there seems to be a bit of a shadow casting on this one right here, and it looks like it's maybe not uptight against the where it's supposed to be, but it actually is. So we're just going to be putting the glue in. Let it run down like so. I don't think it's gonna wick its way out to the other side. I think it'll probably run down pretty good here. Now, do the same on this side. I can't get in there to see what I'm doing. I suppose I could probably put just a little in this bottom corner here. It's underneath, nobody's going to see it. Right there. I'll do the same on the other side. I can just get in there. I don't know if I touched it or not. Okay. Now I think that once that melds, it's going to be fairly strong. Yeah, not as strong as if it was bare plastic to bare plastic, because I do realize that. Well, let me get a pointer here. I realize that this part right here that I'm touching right now, that was painted, right? And but I think it looks to me like I can almost see it sort of melding in that corner there. Okay, we'll take a close look at it later. Okay, I'm guessing about close to an hour I guess has passed here. And I think it's time to take off the elastic band. Now, mind you, there is going to be places on the inside there where the glue is going to be a little soft, but I think for the most part, it's not going to fall off, unless I was to, really pry at it, and I'm not about to do that. So, I didn't like the feel of that. Did did it stick on the side there? No, I guess it was just the way the rubber caught. Okay, that's good. For a minute there, I thought maybe we had glue had oozed out here. All right, let's see if we can set this up so we can get right into the front there. Here is the nice close look I promised you. I don't think we need the macro lens. It'll only look worse that way. Now, while I'm thinking about it, viewers are reminding me that it looks as though I forgot to paint, the top along here the same as this. In other words, the 77, and then also right there. And I'm going to check and see what is it that goes on top of all of this. It could be that this basically gets covered up, although I don't think so. It seems to be there's some sort of a little railing thing goes in here, isn't there? So maybe I might do well to just paint the top here, the 77. my fear is that I'm going to get it down the sides, but I guess if I do, I can always touch it up the other way. There's no end to that, though, is there? Okay, we'll look into that later. But let's flip the page and see what is on step 18. 17 is history, except for these things. I think that's the 8th time now I've said that. Here we go, step 18. And it doesn't look right. Oh, you know why? It's a different piece. Okay, yeah, it's not this piece. All right, yeah, it's the bigger piece. So, and we're going to be putting on, get them over here, these things. So we need this one, and this one. And then a few little pieces that have to go on it. J49, M6, a photo etch ladder. I don't mind putting those ladders on. If I use the flat clear here, it works out really well. Okay, I guess maybe I don't want to turn the page to 19, but I imagine that 19 has us putting stuff on the other side of this piece right here. Okay, let's, what are we going to do here? What time we got? Oh my goodness, it's 6 minutes after 2 already. I'm going to call it quits for today. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to be seeing you tomorrow in step 18, or in the next episode, whichever comes first.